What's up, resellers? I'm Rebecca and you're watching Rebecca the Reseller. Thanks for joining me today for like a breaking news video. I'm just hopping on. This is not going to be edited. This is just going to be let me share some information with you because I just figured this out. So I don't know if you realized, but Poshmark came out with a brand new feature and it's called the Match Buyer's Last Offer feature. So my channel is all about Poshmark selling tips. I'm a six-figure reseller, and so this really caught my eye, and I just tested it out with a reseller friend. So I want to share with you what it is and how it's worked so far. I only noticed this a day ago, so I don't know what the long-term effects of it are, and once I do know, then I'll probably make a better, more produced video. But let me show you the screenshot of what happened so that way you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about, because I already started getting some questions about it on Instagram, which is where I shared it first yesterday. So I tested this out with my reseller friend, Floridian Finds. So I have this top listed for $15. And so it's listed for $15. She sent me an offer incoming for $5. So that was the first action. And then let me see, I have to go this way, I think. So then I countered to her $10 because I don't want to sell it for $5. It's listed for $15. She sent me $5. I sent 10. Now the new functionality appears. As you can see here, it says match Floridian Finds last offer of $5. That's not the button. The button is below it and it says match buyer's last offer. So I think this is how it works. Sometimes you have an item listed and someone sends you a low offer. So you counter with a higher price. But if push came to shove, you could maybe accept their low offer, but you want to try to get more money, so you counter at a higher price. When you counter, there's always this trepidation, like, what if I counter and they ghost me? What if they never come back? What if they don't say anything? What if they decline my counter? And you're always afraid of losing the sale versus trying to get the best and most money you can for your item. So some of us choose not to counter. A lot of times I don't counter the Poshmark offer because I feel like so much experience has happened where the buyer just leaves. They just don't entertain your counter offer. They're just gone because they didn't get it for the price that they wanted. And so I don't counter that much anymore. I take it if I can. And so in this situation, it's a low value item, and so there's not as much wiggle room, but I have it priced at 15. She offers me 5. I counter at 10. If she goes away and doesn't answer, doesn't counter back, doesn't accept that offer, I've now basically lost that sale. What Poshmark is doing is throwing me a bone and letting me salvage the sale by going back in, clicking this button and matching the buyer's last offer, bringing us back into negotiations. So it doesn't officially make the sale. So if you click this button, don't worry, the sale hasn't happened yet. The buyer still needs to accept it. So it's like you're just basically countering the offer back. So I'll show you what happens when I do this. So I clicked on the button. This is what it does. It fills in the information and it says up here, match last offer. So it's up at 15, she offers 5, I counter 10, nothing happens. So now I'm like, okay, I'll take 5. I click match last offer. It brings me to this screen and I can submit the offer. So it's basically like I'm countering back to my counter with the price that she wanted. Now, it's not, I don't know, you know what I didn't check? What I didn't check was, could I change this counter offer amount? So she offered 5, could I change this to 8? I don't know if it lets me do that, so this will be something where I follow up in the future. So maybe you could change this, maybe not, I don't know. But either way, once I click submit, then it brings me to here, which basically says, I had it at 15, she offered 10, I countered 10, nothing happened, seemingly lost the sale. Boom, I go back in, reopen negotiations to say I'm gonna match your offer of $5 and give you everything you wanted. And now we're back with another 24 hours on the clock for her to accept that, just like I had sent the offer, you know, from the get-go as like a clean offer. So now the ball is back in her court. at the price that she wanted. So in my mind, this is a win-win-win because Poshmark wins, you as the seller wins, and the buyer wins potentially. So Poshmark wins because a sale happens regardless, where potentially a sale might not have happened. The seller wins because they get a sale if they feel like they can go ahead and deal with that offer. And the buyer wins because they get it for the price that they wanted to originally. Now, this particular top is not a good example because it's only up for 15. She offered 5, I countered at 10, and so I had to go ahead and accept the 5 because that's the match. But let's say you had this for a $100 item and they offered you 40 and you countered at 80, you wanted to sell it for 80. But technically, if you hadn't had any other sales that day and you're trying to make your bills and whatever, maybe you'd still take the 40. So if they go away after you counter with 80, you could then potentially go back in and say, fine, I'll take the 40. And so it gives you the opportunity as the seller to go back in and kind of recreate the ability to get the sale on the buyer's terms. So you could try to get more money. And if that doesn't work out, then you can go in and still close the sale with what the buyer wanted. So I think that this is a win-win-win. For the right kinds of items, for the right kinds of scenarios, go ahead and test it out. Don't be upset if 1 or 2 times you maybe accept something that's too low and you have a little bit of regret about that. When you're testing out a new feature, you're trying to see how it's going to fit into your business model. And so give yourself some grace, see if this is something that you can entertain. It will probably depend on the item and the pricing structure that you have, but I'm really excited about this. I think that this could really give us the opportunity to try to get more money, but know that we could still close the sale at a lower price if we wanted to. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what comments and what questions you have about this feature. Do you like it? Don't you like it? What questions do you have down in the comments below? Check out the description while you're down there. I have lots of free resources for you. I'll test this out and then come back with another more substantial video in the future. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.